present something new technology. Either it could be waterproofing, it could be something subjected to the structure, something structured to the, it could be sometime new buildings, sometime old buildings, So I've been speaking from last 25 years, in fact. I passed out in 1998, actually. But I still see what Mr. Reddy said in the morning, actually. Most of the curriculums in the colleges still carry the same kind of books, same kind of things, So what we have to be as a flair, like if I'm talking to you today, not as a coach or anybody, but I'm just being a friend to you, ki construction chemical is a very wide feast, I can tell you, in which you find very hardly limited number of professionals who are having knowledge on the composite building materials, actually. So it will be a very good field for you to enhance your skills in future, rather than you do only in MTech and go for a normal civil engineering, building maintenance or building construction work. So construction chemical again is a very vast field, actually. So what I will cover today, I will just not only do waterproofing, but little bit I will touch on more other technologies which are required in a building, actually. So I will brief up little bit the company which I am and how we contribute to the environment in terms of building different product technologies, different technologies in terms of substructure, superstructure, external areas, internal areas, finishing areas, or might be the old buildings where you need to do repairs again and again. So we are almost 25 years plus now in market, and we carry another 4 to 5 other group companies where we have different group of products which again goes into buildings only. So right now, so you can see this is our presence. So we have almost 10 major manufacturing plants pan-India, and almost 1,500 plus people working with us, and almost I think around not less than 70 to 80 people working in R&D pan-India. And we are present all over India, almost all states. Even we are exporting in SAARC and Middle East countries at this point. So these are some areas you can see by the names. I am not going to put a detail on that. So these are the areas where we are working. These are top-notch clients, pan-India, outside India also, and some are from Hyderabad also. These are some government clients, which I think Mr. Padmakar was also saying regarding many data centers as for the Adani. There is a lot of work for JSW, ITC, Unilever. So these are all known companies where we are giving our expertise in terms of supply as well as application of the products, actually. And these are some government bodies which you can see when you pass off from the college. You might go and start working in EIL or might be in airport authority, So a lot of development is all around. In fact, the current government, what we carry in India today, they have a plan of another 30 to 40 big cities development, actually. Like Hyderabad, there are other cities in India where you have huge requirement of construction chemical. Till now, we have done almost 23 airports, actually. Even Hyderabad airport waterproofing, a major area we have done a period of time, 6 years back. And the latest one we are working with the biggest airport in Southeast Asia. It is in UP Jawahar Airport, actually. So all our structural waterproofing, underground waterproofing, we are the supplier as well as the executioners there, actually. So as a range, when you talk about construction chemical, so there are not only one group, there are many groups, actually. Waterproofing is one of them. Then comes floor coatings, repair and restoration, grouts and anchors and admixture surface treatments, and many more, actually. So the range what we carry today, once I will start the presentation, you will see the nomenclature of the certain products with Aquam series, which covers basically waterproofing, When comes flooring, it could be flow arm, repair will be re-arm, arm grout will be grouts, and admixtures will be admixing. So we will go typically in the subject now. I don't know, like you might have seen or you have not seen, because with your experience at this point, you must be busy in your curriculum to pass your exams. Might be it is fluid mechanics, it is civil engineering practices, it could be building material, it could be M3 in our time, mathematics 3. So that world is our world, actually. But this world, what I am going to show you, this is basically the reality. What you will see after, once you passed out, these subjects will come to your picture, actually. Might be your father has told you, I have to do waterproofing for my home, So what products we will use and what was the generation. So I will brief you a little bit. What are the areas? So if you talk about the type of products, there are 3 type of products which we classify as per BS 8102. One is liquid applied membranes. Anything which is paintable can be done by a brush or a roller. That is called liquid applied waterproofing. Another is preformed membranes, where we have something ready as a barrier. We have a roll of might be 10 to 20 meters by a width of 1 meter with a weight of 50 kgs. That can be rolled out on a surface and it gives a protection to the waterproofing. Third is crystalline system. Like we don't want to do liquid applied, we don't want to do membranes, we want to do any addition in the concrete only. so that our pores of the concrete gets blocked and capillaries doesn't have any further absorption of water. So we provide you a product called crystalline system, which basically is a hydrophilic solution, which normally takes a lot of water and starts creating crystals with a period of time. This is my favorite slide whenever I go there. The old time was like, before me also, I'm not that old. So before me, the time was that they were using hardly certain systems where they were doing any kind of barrication of the membrane or any kind of liquid applied membrane or any kind of crystalline also. So it was called stone system. In a lot of areas it is still prevalent. People think these construction chemicals are just waste of time. They are just trying to add value by putting more value in the money. But what has happened, some people, dignitaries like our professors are sitting here. One of these professors might be, they have understood in 1970s we require something as a barrier. Some product has to be used in the building which can stop water ingression. So then the first generation product called APP membrane and bituminous membrane came in the picture. What is APP? APP is a basically actic polypropylene based product. It is a polymer based product actually. It comes in a sheet, black color sheet actually, like you are seeing two gentlemen fixing the sheet on the roof actually. So it was important, it was loose laid, doesn't need protection. The awareness of the waterproofing was very less, but the 1970s, we are talking not in India, it is outside India actually, where people have started long back then. Then after 1970s, the PVC waterproofing came actually. So PVC is nothing, polyvinyl chloride. Again, it is one of the component which is drawn in a form of sheets. You see, you must have heard already PVC pipes, right? Anybody know PVC pipe? Everybody has seen the PVC pipe. So PVC is basically again a polyvinyl chloride. At a certain temperature, they draw that material into sheets, and then again it gives a lot of protection. So it is mostly PVC and SBS membrane. The difference is the flexibility part. So we should be aware that the weathering effect of any product, like anything we design today as per EIL or big departments, whatever who designs the subject, like IITs, they normally design a structure for 100 years actually. So when they design a structure for 100 years, so how the material has to perform, it has to also be in line to the structure actually. So what has happened due to that, which you can see the down moment from the down to the kind of advancement what we carry today in building materials. This is one of the reason actually. Today we are more in greed to have structure protected for more than 100 years, 200 years. Some people are asking warranty for nowadays 50 years, So these are things where we require advanced materials actually. So one of the advanced material, it is there, it is not very old in the market, almost last 8 to 9 years only. It is called high density polyethylene membrane, and it supersedes majority of the membranes in the substructure waterproofing. What was the complication is there, like whenever you have steel design, sometime the tower is almost 80 floors example. So you can imagine the raft, the depth of the raft, the kind of steel they will use, there, it will be very dense actually. Very dense actually. So when you have a lot of working on the structure where you have a lot of steel, lot of activities going on all around, so you need a membrane which doesn't get punctured by the steel actually. So you will be imagine like if it is a sheet, why it will not get punctured, So that what is the beauty of that product actually. It has come in India almost 8 to 9 years, not more. I was working outside India almost 20 years, so we have done this product in 2001, first time. But it came in India when I joined here in 2019, I have come here. So that was a period when we were talking about the discussion on these kind of products actually. So these are all advanced products which are available. So this is a typical diagram normally you see in a basement, how normally it is interconnected between 2 or 3 things actually. So you can see RCC done, and these are all reinforcement and this thing attached. Sometimes depends on the place to place. If it is like what Padmakar was also saying now, a lot of areas in India, they were either sewage areas, there were reclaimed lands, either it was a graveyards, So what has happened with the period of time, we have built that land by putting lot of soil, lot of gravel, lot of ballast, and made it like, consolidated reclaimed lands, But what happened those lands still doesn't have that compressive strength which normally a land will have actually. So there you require a lot of RCC structures are being designed such a way that they require a lot of piles and lot of other things that can intact your building actually. So there are some subjects you can cover. I think with the period of time we don't have this. This is a typical raft now. You can see this is the internal area of wherever you go in the basement normally, this is your internal area. This is the outside area actually. So we call it confined, non-confined area. So this is the typical way how we do the protection from the outside not from the inside actually. Any kind of protection what we do, it is from outside, not from the inside actually. So you can imagine a bucket actually. Bucket have water, right? You put water inside the bucket. Imagine ki you are doing a protection of bucket from outside. So no water can come inside, right? Only once you put the water inside, then only the bucket will be filled. So it is the simplest way of understanding a basement waterproofing actually. So we call it like, it is basically a cascaded system from all around, and we will not do protection from inside. It is not good in negative pressure actually. So again, this is some typical diagrams I am showing you. Different combinations, different products together make one composite waterproofing system, which we guarantee sometime 15 years, 20 years, 50 years, depending on the workability of the work. So this is the, like I was telling you the example, like this kind of steel you can see every place, or these kind of piles might be you have seen when you go to Hyderabad in high-tech city or financial district, or even Kokapet. You see a lot of buildings have light. What is that actually? So there are a lot of designs actually in foundation nowadays. So whether a membrane can take the shape, and it is cold applied, no hot air is there actually. So this is the normal practice we do. We understand the surface, whether it is hard or it is loose. So we have to clear it off, Then understand basically before laying the membrane, we have to loosen the membrane because it is a long roll. Sometimes it have a lot of curves. And then joint, there are very nominal joints on the corners. The membrane have almost, you can see the membrane is standing here. It is 1 meter by 20 meter actually. So normally you have fleece both sides, 50-50 mm. There is a sticker there actually. You remove the sticker and straight away you can apply the material on the top. So imagine this is one of the typical steel you can see. So how you do the membrane? You can see the blue, white color is that. That is the white color high density polyethylene membrane actually. Okay, and it was interesting? Good. So now the second interesting point, topic I will take on the waterproofing only is roofs actually. The roof is not like a roof now actually, nowadays, Different places have different requirement, different propagation, different uses, Some places we have a car park. Some places we want to do roof garden. Some places we have lot of gadgets on the roof, It could be lot of fixtures actually. It could be a data center where you have thousands of things, You need a lot of cooling there, So roof is not only meant to be a roof today. Roof have lot of uses actually. So roof protection is very important actually. Okay, you agree? When you design a roof, what are the consideration, any kind of protection system you want to produce, what will come first in your mind actually? What should be the system? How the system has to be? So it should have a good physical property, right? Right? When you go for a purchase of a car, what do you see? It should be good looking, It should be aesthetic, It should give good mileage, right? It should be cheap. Right? That is also in our mind all the time. But what happens when you dealer will say, no, sir, it is not cheap. You have to pay for EMI. This could be the parameter. Same goes for any kind of building material when we choose for a building. First thing in our mind should be, we should not go for cost. It is a technical product. Whether it will work for my structure or not, that is the most important thing. So the most important thing will be good physical properties. So good physical property means what? One could be root resistance. Because you see a lot of places, we have podium gardens nowadays actually. And you have palm trees, you have big trees, they want to decorate it, But they don't understand that the palm tree have a root of might be 3 to 4 meters sometime. Where that root will go? That root will go into your podium only actually. The moment it goes into your podium, what will happen? It creates cracks. Your concrete is already porous, almost 70 to 75% porous, And suppose I have done M20, M30 grade sometime. So your root can break your concrete very easily. Third comes preferable heat reflective coating. Like roof again has to not dissipate too much heat so that internal environment should be almost ambient actually. So that coating should also reflect majority of the sun rays actually back. It should be reflective coating. It should be jointless. Because normally waterproofing will compromise in the joints only, right? Any place we have a joint, if I compromise the joint, open the joint and put water, 100% the leak will come. So that means if I give a material which doesn't have joints, will be the good choice for me actually. Then should be easy application, anybody should do. Not anybody, but at least a approved vendor who knows the application of waterproofing 100%. And it should have crack bridging actually. So crack bridging is the ability of a material. When you have a crack in the building, normally a crack should happen how much, in the building actually? Maximum 3 mm. Who said 3 mm? You? Okay, good. Why 3 mm? It can be 5 mm also, no? Only leakage. 5 mm is, that means disaster, boss, earthquake. If your design is 3 mm, okay, up to it should not be more than 1.2 mm, actually, as per the ASTM codes, you know. If anything goes more than 5 mm, 6 mm, that means our building is in a thank you much stage in the beginning one, you know. The moment you have any seismicity, the building will be collapsed. If you have a crack bridging of around, say, 2 to 3 mm in a material, that means it is going to help your crack to not expand further. So 0.3 will give you crack might be sometime 1 mm crack can come, and if anything is more than 1 mm or 2 mm crack, that treated be as a structural crack. So it is treated in a different way actually. There are different treatments. So we are talking today now on the podium, we are talking to the new construction where we have a hairline crack. Hairline crack will not be more than 0.4, 0.5 as sir said. But if it is more, then there is a different methodology, different products to be used. Yes, different way. There is a procedure for that. It should not be biodegradable actually. Or it should be. It should not be, no, right? And we should take care of all kind of cracks. We should not use very fast hydrating cement because it can create shrinkage, and shrinkage cracks are too much, you know. Right? So what is our approach? Normally there are 3 products which are available in the market called polyurea, polyurethane and preform membranes actually. When you talk about polyurea, it's a very high advanced product, polymer based product again, which have very high tensile strength actually. And it goes very well with any kind of movement on the subject, any kind of fixtures that you do, and further life cycle of the waterproofing on the roof. Polyurethanes are a little bit more on the downside in terms of property to the polyurea, but they are the most used one in the market today actually. It have a lot of flexibility, elongation, crack bridging, bond strength, that's what is required actually. These are some examples where we have done, this is for one of the areas we have done. So you can see some videos for you, you can understand. This is one of the very typical machine which normally is used for spraying polyurea. Polyurea is basically a material is A component, B component is there. And it is a basically how you do, normally it will be mixed in a chamber, very specialized machine, more than 100 plus degree temperature is there. It decomposes the material and makes it in a form of a spray. Very much different kind of product, very much fast setting, it can set within 30 seconds. You know. Within 30 seconds it can set, and you can move subject on this coating after might be 1 hour in. So it is one of the advanced materials at this point in India. So this is one more product. This is sunken area. Like sunken area, again you have the biggest areas actually where you have the problem. Sunken basically could be your wash areas wherever you have water inside your flat or your building actually. It could be your wet area, it could be your toilet, you know, it could be your laundry area, it could be balcony sometime. Those are the typical areas. So we have a product actually normally. When you do waterproofing in the bathroom, you will have a different systems are there actually. So we give a very simple system. Like we do, like picture will show you here now better. Like this is the typical bathroom you can see. Like normally you do the core cutting here where you have to put your pipes. These are the pipes typically. You have to do little bit working on the pipes. You fix your pipes, do the grouting on the pipes. The pipe is ready for commode or whatever you are using now. So then once it is done, so we have a specialized material called Seniflex. Seniflex is a vulcanized rubber based product actually, which is very like hardly to find in the market actually. We are the leaders in this product from last 25 years. The exclusivity of the product is anybody can visualize from the eye ki this color is very clear, yellow color. So nobody can cheat you actually ki waterproofing is done, but after 6 months you are seeing the leak is there actually. So this is a yellow color coating, 2 coats, 1 primer coat, and you make the fleeces like that. Once you do that way, the structural waterproofing will be 100% intact because you are making first the areas where you can have a leak. That is all your penetrations. Once your penetrations are done, and this is the way of sleeve we do, below is the waterproofing, then specialized rubber based again products require plaster. So it will add another extent of dead load on the subject actually. The dead load again is a different component, we can discuss some other time. I have a lot of done research on the dead load, how it changes. So small things make a difference in the structure. You know. So now I will give you another one brief area. Like you have seen, like you have gone to any kind of industrial plant. We are talking till now buildings only, but building can have a different use. Building can have a different use. When I have a building which manufactures electronic, everybody loves iPhone, right? Now iPhone is going to manufacture in India. When they want to manufacture in India, so those facilities will be also very high standard because they are going to manufacture high standard products. So we have products which goes into electronics industry, which goes into food and beverage, which goes into any kind of engineering, institutional, logistical, pharma. We are almost supplying to majority of the pharma here. Automobile, textile and chemical. Now you will think what is that actually? I was talking waterproofing, but why I am talking flooring now actually? So again flooring is a protection actually. It is a protection. But we don't term it as a waterproof actually. It is a protection inside and it covers your concrete in such a way. The thickness is not very high, it is not more than 1000 microns, around 1 mm, but it can withstand pressure, it can withstand acidity, it can withstand any kind of chlorination, any kind of sulfuric acid penetration, and any kind of water ingression also. So it protects your structure from inside, right? Clear? So this is beautiful pictures you can see. It is not costly, sir, actually. The thing is, like if you go to any basement, actually, we feel very shabby nowadays, very smelly, dark, you know. We don't want to park our car there sometime. Might be in the beginning of the construction it is good actually, but after 3-4 years, no oil spillage, no tire marks, no smell. So majority of the big cities in India, like we are working exclusively with DLF, Shobha and Godrej. Pan India, we are the only supplier for them, supplying all these products for beautification. The idea was to give them a aesthetics. When anybody enters in the building, the first thing he will go to the basement actually. So those products are not very expensive and it is a very open technology now. No, only for the basement, sir. Only. Don't forget before any treatment you do on the surface. Small point is very small point. Always check the moisture. Are moisture tolerant? Moisture tolerant or moisture not tolerant? You know? It should be tolerant or it should not be tolerant actually. It should not absorb water, right? When it should not absorb water, then only it will create a film. So for that we should understand always the moisture should not be more than 3%. You know? Anything more than 3%, we should not apply any kind of waterproofing or any kind of protection. Simple terms are there. Simple things. Okay. So these are some pictures just I wanted to show you. So this is the car park which I was telling you, sir. Typical car park, how it looks actually after the... So how beautiful it is actually. These are from one of my project in Dubai. Yes, sir. There is no flooring tile now. You only RCC will be there. You can do on RCC also. Might be they do this one screed. PDF not always required. In India they require in VDF actually a lot because they don't do correction in the screed only. In the RCC only there is no slope. But in India they require every place in VDF only. They will fill the VDF, then we can do on the top. But internationally how they say it should be done on the RCC actually. Because RCC already comes with the slope there actually. It is anti-skid. The class of the product is it is anti-skid actually. It doesn't let your tire to skid. That is the first property. Abrasion, it is basically abrasion resistance because it will not degrade your floor further actually. But it is giving gloss at this point because it is in the night actually. See, you can see this is the matte finish now. There is no gloss in that actually. So last point now, the biggest area you have where you have leakage actually. Nobody has spoken till now. I think I am the third speaker only. Any podium, any roof, any place you have a leakage which will be from the joint. So these are typical things which you find normally in your buildings all the time. In your nearby, you will see always sealant is cracked, you know, there are corners broken, you know. So what is the problem actually here? Why the sealant crack actually? See, sealant have a component called MAF, movement accommodation factor. How much it can move, it can take elongation and it can be coefficient of restitution sometime. How much it can expand, how much it can come down, you know. So what happens sometime, we don't choose a product which have higher MAF actually. I will choose a rigid product and I will drive my car every day from there. So what will happen? Rigid product will break, right? Might be it will not break from the middle, it will break from the corners. You know. So these are two ions like hydrogen and hydrogen, H2O, H2O. What is that? Basically H2O, water, right? So water will try always to break the adhesion. Any kind of adhesion you have on the corners, like if you see on my previous slide, it will try to break it, you know, see. The picture is here, right? So water should not go inside. So for that, these are two brothers actually, they want to go inside. This is like a little bit in the joke part I have done. There are two brothers who is water this side and water both sides. The moment they join hands, it will start cracking actually if you don't use a proper MAF. MAF is modulus of movement accommodation factor actually. So if you use anything around 25 actually, joint actually, you have to use a MAF around 10. If it is too flexible, these two brothers will succeed to make a crack and water will go inside. And most of the leakages in Hyderabad today, they are from these two brothers only. These two brothers doesn't want to leave the joint as it is. It will make it crack and make a leakage actually. Adhesion basically anything like when you have a substrate, we are talking on a concrete surface here actually. The bond between the material and the surface, that is called adhesion actually, sir. And for that there is a specialized primer first. Primer will be done. Normally the bond will be between the sealant, primer and the concrete actually. So failure should be from concrete actually if it is a good product. But normally what happens in all our joints, we don't use primer. We straight away put the sealant, and in the sun UV, this thing, it cracks, chalks,